My name is Michael Mastro. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at the chart of Marianne Faithfull, who was one of the leading female British uh, artists during the British invasion in the 60s and the 70s. If you look to the eastern horizon using Vedic sidereal zodiac, you would see the constellation of Aries rising at 4 degrees. First, we're going to look and see how the planets are operating, and then we'll look and see when they're operating and what could be done to strengthen the chart. So she passed away recently, January 30th, 2025. May she rest in peace, and condolences to her family. So Sun is weak. It is ruling the fifth house, and it is placed in the partnership house. It is weak because, excuse me, it is placed in the ninth house. So the dispositor of the ninth house, Jupiter, is weak. So it can't be any stronger than its just landlord. So Sun is ruling the house of creativity and entertainment and children. And so she did have some setbacks with her career. And with children, she was a heroin addict. And so she had a few abortions because she didn't want her children to be born addicts. Then we have weak dispositor Moon. Moon is ruling the fourth house of happiness and home life. And so definitely some setbacks there, challenges. She had 4 marriages and breast cancer. So fourth house has to do with breasts, lungs, and Moon is sitting in the income house. So this gives her ability to create income through expressing her emotions through song and writing and acting as well. Then we have weak combust Mars. Mars is very close to the sun, within 2 degrees. It is ruling the chart. So the chart ruler has to do with life purpose, and it is a prime indicator for health issues. So her life purpose sitting next to the sun, which has to do with ruling the house of entertainment. So it gives her ambition and drive and purpose to be an entertainer. Now, health and singer, songwriter, actress. In the health area, Mars is an indicator for inflammation. Sitting in the ninth house, which has to do with liver and gallbladder and hips. So she did have hip surgery, and she also did have Hep C, which is related to the liver, hepatitis C. Then we have challenging Mercury. Mercury is an old age anyway, and it's any multicona sign ruling the 6th, 8th, or the 12th house. So you see the 6th sign of Virgo in the 6th house, ruled by Mercury. Mercury can create some challenges. She did have some throat issues, some skin issues, nervous system issues. And that 6th house has to do with health and inner conflict as well. So, which could lead to addiction, which she was a heroin addict. Then we have Jupiter is weak. Any planet that's more than 25 degrees is said to be an old age. And so it is ruling the house of good fortune and placed in the partnership house. So her partnerships with agents and recording companies helped her to have good fortune in her life. Then we have weak placement, infant Venus. Venus is only at 1 degree. Any planet that's less than 5 degrees is said to be an infant state, can't promote its own significations. It rules the partnership house, and it is in the 8th house of challenges. So again, the for marriages, but does give her ability to express her emotional trauma through singing and makes her very relatable and popular. Then we have weak afflicted by K2 Saturn. Saturn is ruling the income house, placed in the house of happiness and home life. And so this, does limit children. I think she only had one child, I'm not sure, and um, limits her income a little bit, but gives her great discipline to have a long career, even though it was up and down. Then we have challenging Rahu and Ketu. So they're always at opposite each other and learning to balance material and spiritual world. Um, K2 being in the eighth house uh, would want lead to her wanting to escape through addiction. Through she was a heroin addict. Let's look at the timing of events. Um, One of her most popular songs, first popular song was "As Tears Go By." Came out in '64 during a Saturn period. Saturn ruling the house of income, boosting her income. Then she got a um, she got a divorce in '66 during a Mercury period. Mercury is ruling the house of separation and divorce. Then she came out with an album called Broken English during a Jupiter period, boosting her good fortune. '86, she got another divorce during a Mercury period. '91, during another Mercury period, she got a divorce. Um, and '06, she had breast cancer and they operated and it was successful. And that was during a moon phase. Moon is the ruler of the fourth house, which has to do with breasts. '07, she was got nominated for an award for her role in Irina Palm. Also had Hep C during this period, so good fortune, but also Jupiter having to do with liver and Hep C because it's weak. '09, she got a Woman of the World Award during a Sun period, Sun boosting her entertainment abilities. Then in 2013, she had back issues during a Rahu period. Rahu brings unexpected events. 2014, she had hip surgery during a Jupiter period. Again, Jupiter, um, significator for hips, and also ruling the ninth house, which has to do with hips as well. And then she died, as I said, January 30th, 2025 during a K2 period, K2 sitting in the house of affecting death-like experiences. And then if you look at the circular chart on the left, the inner circle is where the planets were when she was born. The outer circle is where the planets were when she passed away. And you can see that K2 and transit Rahu and K2 are right at the 4 degrees of the rising sign. That means they can afflict 6 out of the 12 houses, the house of health, the house of death-like experiences, and the 12th house of life ending. So, as we said, condolences to her family. What could be done to strengthen the chart? Well, uh, Mercury being malefic as well as Rahu and Ketu, helping children would help transform Mercury, as well as helping others that cannot help themselves, and spiritual organizations would transform all three malefics. And the rest of the planets could be strengthened by my favorite remedy, a kavash, which is a silver locket containing the Devata yantras and mantras for her benefic planets, strengthening them. If you'd like to get a kavash or get a reading or learn Vedic astrology, go to vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening.